Ismail Haniyeh killing, damning proof of Israel's Mossad hand in Hamas boss assassination. What if the recent killing of Ismail Haniyeh, the leader of Hamas, was more than just a big deal? Could Mossad, Israel's famous spy service, be behind this shocking turn of events? Think about how complicated and interesting a secret mission that could change the Middle East would be. Come with us as we look into the facts, ideas, and possible outcomes of this very dangerous situation. What does this mean for the future of peace in the region and ties between Israel and Hamas? This is a deep look into one of the most talked about events in recent geopolitical history. Don't miss it. The place where Ismail Haniyeh was killed was Tehran, which was the city where he had been attending the inauguration of the president. According to a statement that was issued by the group that is in charge of the Gaza Strip, which is now under embargo and shelling, Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader of Hamas, was slain in Tehran, which is the capital of Iran. It was Israel that was blamed for his killing in the statement that was made by the group. In the early hours of Wednesday morning, Haniyeh and one of his bodyguards were reportedly killed in the aftermath of an explosion that occurred in the building in which they were residing. The statement claims that the explosion caused damage to the property. The Islamic resistance movement Hamas mourns to our great Palestinian people, to the Arab and Islamic nation, and to all the free people of the world. Brother, leader, and martyr Mujahid Ismail Haniyeh, the head of the movement, who was killed in a treacherous Zionist raid on his residence in Tehran, the organization's statement continued. Mujahid Ismail Haniyeh was a martyr. It has not yet been proven whether Israel was involved in the death of Haniyeh, who was in Tehran on Tuesday to attend the inauguration ceremony of Iran's President Mossad Pezeshkian. Haniyeh was killed when she was in Tehran visiting the ceremony. The Israeli government has neither formally confirmed or denied that it played a part in the murder. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced on Wednesday that Israel had inflicted significant blows to Iran's proxies in recent days, including Hamas and Hezbollah. Netanyahu made this statement in reference to the recent events. Netanyahu made this assertion during a speech that he gave. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, did not directly address the process of Haniyeh's execution. However, he did promise to exact a heavy price for any aggression against us from any arena. In the middle of Israel's war on Gaza, which is now in its 10th month, the news of the killing has fueled fears about a wider regional confrontation and fanned fury across the entirety of Palestine. This is because the war has been going on for 10 months. Hezbollah, which is funded by Iran and Israel, have been exchanging fire over their border. Meanwhile, Houthi rebels in Yemen have been assaulting ships that are linked to Israel in the Red Sea and other regions. Both of these incidents have occurred in Yemen. There have been at least 39,445 Palestinians killed and more than 91,000 others injured as a direct result of Israel's conflict, which is currently in its 10th month. The war has been going on for 11 months. Following the terrorist organization Hamas attack in southern Israel on October 7, which resulted in the deaths of around 1,139 people and the detention of more than 200 more, Israel began its assault on Gaza, promising to obliterate Hamas and eliminate its leaders. The strike was carried out in response to the fact that Hamas had carried out the attack, as well as more than 200 additional individuals being held captive. In the early hours of this morning, an explosion took place at the apartment of Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. The explosion resulted in the deaths of both Ismail Haniyeh and one of his bodyguards. Both of them were killed as a direct result of the assault that was committed against them. A statement was published by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC), in which it suggested that the incident was being probed and that any information on the reason of the strike is now being studied and will be made public in the near future. The statement also noted that the incident was being analyzed. An airborne guided projectile attacked a special house for war veterans in the north of Tehran at roughly 2 in the morning on Tuesday. The housing was located in the same area where the Hamas commander was residing. The leader of Hamas is said to have been murdered in the incident, as evidenced by the accusations made in the media. As a result of the execution of Haniyeh, the Qassam brigades, which are the armed branch of Hamas, have declared that the battle with Israel has reached new levels, and they have also warned of enormous consequences for throughout the entire region. In the midst of everything that was taking place, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, made a promise of harsh punishment. The criminal and terrorist Zionist regime made us bereave and martyred our dear guest in our house, Khamenei said in a statement that was released 3 days ago on Wednesday. The Iranian government issued the statement, which was made public recently. In addition to this, he made the comment that it also prepared the ground for a harsh punishment for itself. It was on Wednesday when Khamenei's remarks was made available to the general audience. At the very least, one politician from the extreme right, Heritage Minister Amichai Eliyahu, has resorted to the social networking platform X in order to show his delight regarding the event that has taken place. Despite the fact that Israel has not made a definitive claim of responsibility for the murder of Haniyeh, this is the situation that has presented itself. With Hebrew as his language of choice, he asserted that the killing makes the world a little better. As a consequence of the murder of Haniyeh, a number of nations have expressed their feelings about the situation. Both Qatar and Egypt, who are now serving as mediators, have expressed their fear that the strike may impede efforts to broker a truce and an agreement to swap captives. The statements that were made by Antony Blinken, who is the Secretary of State for the United States of America, indicate that the government of the United States of America was not aware of the strike and did not take part in it through any active participation. Authorities from the United States have maintained that there is still a way forward in the discussions regarding the ceasefire. This conclusion has been confirmed by the authorities. During the assassination, Hani Mahmoud of Al Jazeera made the observation that the assassination was significant for the people of Gaza since he was conducting discussions that they believed would result in a ceasefire. It was while he was reporting from Deir el-Balah, which is situated in the central region of Gaza, that he made this statement. In accordance with Mahmoud, Palestinians across Gaza and the West Bank view Ismail Haniyeh as a moderate leader who is much more pragmatic in comparison to other leaders who head the military side of the movement. Furthermore, Palestinians consider Haniyeh to be a moderate leader in the Palestinian government. He enjoys a great deal of popularity in this region. He was raised in a refugee camp throughout his childhood. The vast majority of people who are the descendants of refugee families who were displaced from the Palestinian lands in 1948 are represented by him. He is the representative of the vast majority of these people. He embodies the sentiments of the overwhelming majority of people. After that, he went on to explain that a lot of people are worried that the killing of Haniyeh could now lead to an even more severe escalation of the conflict. On Tuesday, Israel announced that it had carried out a precision strike on Beirut with the intention of striking a key position within the Hezbollah leadership. According to this particular assertion, tensions have already reached an all-time high. The actions that took place in Lebanon the day before and those that are taking place in Tehran today reflect a significant escalation of the events that have been taking place. According to Sami al-Arian, who is the head of the Center for Islam and Global Affairs at Istanbul Zaim University, it is an escalation by Israel, and that is going to have significant ramifications, he stated in an interview with Al Jazeera. If you found this investigation compelling and want to stay updated on the latest developments in global conflicts and intelligence operations, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Join our community to get all the critical insights and in-depth analysis you need. Subscribe now and stay informed.